The neuroscience of this is very fascinating.
It's
to me.
bonkers.
Yes, that it starts to shift the mind into the logical centers of the brain, and so they feel satiated.
Well, what's interesting is I think somebody could argue, like, that sounds like you're manipulating the human mind.
Yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it? And almost yes. I mean, I almost want to agree in the greatest and highest service of that individual.
Why do you not have a coaching thing? I want to pay you. Welcome to the show, everybody. We have Eileen Wilder with me today, somebody that I look up to who knows a thing or two about sales and high ticket offers, and she knows how to speak on stage. She knows all sorts of things. I'm actually going to get a masterclass for me. This is not even for you guys today. This is 100% for me. I should be writing you a check up front because I have so many freaking questions. Okay, so the world of coaching, where is it going?
Talk to me. Up. Yeah, Forbes just released an article that like high ticket coaching is going up 2026 because
Okay, you
of a
don't
couple of
believe
reasons.
that AI is going to gobble it up.
Oh, no, I not that I believe it. I think it'll be support. I think it will support and scale coaching and high ticket coaching, and teams will become more lean. That's my
Okay, interesting.
marketing, customer service. Yeah. 100%.
All right, so you kind of jump into the high ticket world back in like 2018. Russell Brunson becomes your mentor. He's one of my mentors as well. I love that guy.
Love it.
Also,
Yes,
Myron Golden. Shout out to Myron Golden. You hang out with
love
Myron.
Myron.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Unreal. Like there's one guy on the planet like Myron Golden. He's
100%.
so good. So you jump into that world and you came from ministry, which is interesting
Yes.
because ministry, you don't make any money.
Yeah, zero money, negative money.
Negative money. Was there a mindset shift that you had to make from going, I work really hard to almost make no money? I feel like there's people that are in the ministry world that almost take it as a source of pride of like, I don't make money doing this. I'm a minister.
Yeah.
And you have all this like ingrained branding around yourself, like an identity. Then you switch to high ticket. You make 21 grand on your first webinar on a Facebook Live. Was there a mindset shift of like, oh my gosh, I feel guilty that I make this money is actually coming in a lot easier than it was being a minister?
You know, guilt wasn't the primary emotion. I was just more shocked, elated, excited that I could take something I know and make an online business from it. I jumped pretty quick. Once I started seeing, I had never seen in the Bible, even though I went to Bible school, I was a pastor for 20 years. I had actually never seen in the scripture, I don't know why, but stories about Abraham and Joseph. And I started, my eyes started becoming open that God's will was wealth and prosperity. So it was sort of like I started seeing it in the scripture that gave me like a revelation, like it's okay. It's okay to go out and crush it. And it's okay to go out and crush it and make so much money, I can actually fund my own nonprofit.
I love that.
These were revelations to me in 2018.
I think I realized that too. You know, you see a lot of the superheroes in the Bible or the people the Bible is written about. And you see these guys, a lot of their families were abundantly wealthy.
Yep.
And then they were tested by God.
Yep.
Right. And everything was taken away from them. And you realize these guys weren't poor people. A lot of them were wealthy.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of stuff. And so you are right. There was never a point in the world or in the Bible that says, you know, rich, you should never be rich. You should give everything away for free. I love that you bring that up. Nobody ever brings that up. You start realizing that there's all this abundance in the world. Once you uncovered your first offer, did you start creating only high ticket or did you test smaller things along the way, like $100, $500, $1,000 things?
Yeah. So kind of by a mistake, or I didn't know what I was doing. I actually went live on Facebook and started doing a webinar that I had learned from Russell.
Right.
And I didn't actually know that I was like 100% like live on Facebook. Anyway,
that's how inexperienced you were.
Yeah. It was almost like somebody was scrolling through Facebook and suddenly they're in my webinar, you know? I didn't know you had to like register and all. Anyway, the call to action was to book a call. So what I did is I was like, hey, if you're interested in this, jump on the phone with me. So I was too scared to offer something expensive because it was the first time I had ever asked somebody for money based on information that was in my brain.
So this is your first webinar.
Yeah.
What was your price point?
$297.
Oh my God.
So I jump on the phone and I'm like talking to people at $297.
Did you feel like, oh, wow, you were taking phone calls for $297?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And not only was I taking phone calls for $297, I almost fell out of my chair when someone said, yes, like I'll take it for $297. It was like the exchange of money for something that I knew was unbelievable to me. Like I was saying words out of my mouth and people were giving me money. And I was
So
like,
crazy.
yeah. So then I started increasing my conviction and doubling my price. So I was going 297, I was going 600. So like another week, I'd go like 1200. And I just kept going all the way until I was selling kind of a life coaching offer for 6K. And so I was just crushing kind of high ticket like this. And then I started increasing my prices even from there. So.
Okay. So what's interesting about you, as I've followed you for the last, probably have followed you for the last year and a half or so, the stories I hear about you is you are so unafraid to just make mistakes.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Let's make more.
It's
Yes.
crazy though. Like I know you probably have coaching clients that you give them the recipe, the perfect this, you do this, you hold their hand. You almost have to walk them through the thing because they're deathly afraid of making a mistake.
Yes. 100%.
What is it about you? What, were you just built this way? Was it something your dad told you? Was it something a pastor told you? What the heck gets you to a point where you feel comfortable with making mistakes?
Being 100% divorced from the outcome. So no attachment to if this works or not. No expectation this has got to hit or this has got to work. The only expectation is learning. I believe all of us would be a lot freer if we just divorce ourselves from like people having to, for instance, like going social media or outreaching or approaching people for deals. Like if we approached it like, I don't need this person to like me, to be my friend. I don't need this person to think I'm amazing. You know, we're so concerned about the perception of
Of
ourselves.
course.
I don't need this person to perceive me in any way, shape, or form. I'm safe to just be myself. And I'm going to take a try at bat here, you know?
You're an anomaly though, in my mind, because the people, do you know who Ryan Pineda is?
Yes.
Okay. So Ryan Pineda used to have this social media offer. It was like a $23,000. I'll teach you social media. I'll show you how I've scaled and built a brand.
Okay.
And I go, you're freaking crazy, brother. Nobody will ever take action. They'll buy the offer.
Okay.
But then
They're not going to
do it. They're
Mm.
so deathly afraid of being on camera. And the number one person they're afraid of is the people they go to church with.
Yes.
Oh my,
yeah.
and you come from the church world.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so bonkers to me that you come from being a pastor and you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not married to the outcome. I'm going to attempt.
Mm-hmm.
But most people don't even get there because they're so deathly afraid of
Yes.
people they go to church with.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
9-to-5 people.
Yeah, so true.
People in my real estate world, I go, guys, like literally you can make $1 million a year just by talking about I'm buying deals on
Right.
social media.
You're absolutely right.
They're like, well, then somebody at my 9-to-5 job will see that I'm
Oh my
doing
gosh.
something. And do you have any words of wisdom for maybe clients
Well,
that have hired
scripture,
you?
yeah, the scripture talks about like the fear of man is a snare, right? So you think about what it really is the shift of focus, right? Like if everything in life's about focus, like now we're going to focus on this thing that doesn't even really matter.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get trapped. We're going to get stuck. You know what's worse is we're going to have the feeling I'm not living up to my calling. So what's worse, like, so we fear man. And so we don't, but when we go to sleep at night, Stephen Pressfield said, what ails you and I has nothing to do with being sick or being wrong. What ails you and I is that we're living our life as an amateur. So that's the real thing that the fear of man is a snare for, is like we're living below that potential. So like ultimately the way out of that is like by doing it now, like doing the thing, like confronting that fear of man and just not learning to not care what people think, I think is maybe the greatest human lesson
Yeah.
of all time.
It's very apparent that you don't have that problem, or at least you can mentally overcome it. Like you maybe are recognizing it's there and you go, okay, that's stupid. And you walk past it.
Yeah. Shift of focus. I think, it's funny being a pastor that all I have is like scriptures in my head. So,
We love the scriptures.
So it's like, it's like a man falls down, 7 times, but he gets back up, so I still wrestle with that. But ultimately, when you and I, get to the other side and we meet God, like how much more fulfilling is it going to feel hearing him say like, well done, good and faithful servant, and getting past it just doesn't matter.
Not only does it not matter, but it is really interesting. When I first jumped into real estate, I had this friend of mine, his name's Ben, worked at the Apple store. And at the time, like working at the Apple store was like, ooh, that's
Ooh.
freaking awesome, right? Okay, so this is,
making it.
yeah, he's made it. He's got a stable job. He can have babies because he's got health insurance. His wife doesn't have to work. You know, he's making enough money. And at the time I was making a lot more money than him, but I was a contractor working 16 hours a day, right? And I made a lot more money, but I didn't have a lot of time freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a little bit of grass is greener on the other side type of thought process.
Right.
So I told him I'm going to get into real estate, and not as an agent, but as an investor. And his response to me was something that almost got me to quit before I even started. And his response was, oh, is that the thing that you like go talk to old ladies and take all their equity and blah, blah, blah. And he attacked the business.
Yikes.
And now I've been in the business 15 years and there's never been an old lady I've ever bought a house from, which is funny.
Yeah.
So, and also 15 years later, guess where he's still working? At Apple.
Wow.
And so I always look at that
Amazing.
story
That's
and I go, guys, like you're so worried about somebody that might be one step ahead of you, but they're on a path that will keep them exactly where they are. You got to pivot and go and create your own path. Now he asked me, can I come and work for you?
Wow.
You ever had anything like that?
Yes, I have, but I'm in awe of that story. Yes, yes.
It's interesting, like how people will stop and go, well, somebody's criticizing me, this, that, and the other. Then it even gets worse. When you build a brand, which you've done an incredible job of, then you start charging for something. Then you have the people who are so fearful of investing in a thing.
Yeah.
Then they criticize you. You're a guru. You're this. You're charging people. Oh, there's a paywall. You're a gatekeeper. You're this, that, and the other. You have seemingly gotten over all of these things incredibly quick. Like in 2018, like it didn't even seem like you even had any of these road bumps.
Right.
Did any of that stuff even stop you in the very beginning?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had a lot of fear of, I had a lot of fear around sales. I had a lot of fear around like asking somebody for money, and then asking somebody for like a lot of money. And
a lot of money was not the $297. It was like getting to when you were at the $6K.
Yeah. Then I started bumping. Now I have like a $250,000 offer. So I've really gotten way beyond it now. But like, let's say when I started charging for my $25,000 offer,
right?
A lot of like timidity, resistance, you know. And I was listening to a podcast episode that you did with Andrew recently, and you were just talking about like, he was talking about the animal brain and the croc brain. It's just all this stuff that's going on in our head. But once I started seeing that sales is at a deep level serving this other person, like I am actually going to change your life by inviting you into this high ticket program, this certainty started coming over me, and then this confidence, and then this like contagious command energy where I started feeling like if I do not invite this person into this offer, like I may be sending them out to the wolves. Yeah. Like I may save this person's life right now by extending this offer.
It sounds crazy for you to say that, but it's very true. And I had this is probably 3 years ago. I'm in Utah speaking at somebody's event, and somebody pulls me off in the hallway and they go, hey, I've been meaning to join your thing, right? I'm not a coach. I'm not a mentor. I'm really like a community builder.
Wow.
Just my own little thing. And they go, I've been meaning to join your community, but I'm debating between you and this other guy. And my response was this. I think maybe 1% of it, I was afraid to just sell them.
Right.
But my response was, if I haven't done a good enough job showing you that I'm a valuable person for you to go to, you should not join me. I've not done a good enough job. Right. If I'm even an option for you. So what do? I almost pushed them away.
Yeah,
they
like
join the other person.
Okay.
My investment for my community is $10K.
Yep.
It's a lifelong community. They joined one time. They went and paid this guy $100,000.
Okay.
No problem with $100,000. I've invested $100,000, still do, right? I'm in $250,000 masterminds. I'm all about investing in the thing. She goes invest $100,000, and the guy basically said, it will be a done for you service at $100K. 20 other people invest in the same thing with her. So $2 million. And the guy moves states, goes to Puerto Rico, never communicates with anybody. And now he's got like an FTC thing and whatever else going on. And I'm sitting here, she calls me up. She goes, what advice do you have for me? And I'm like, jump in a time machine and tell me to sell you on joining my thing.
Wow.
I did such a disservice to you. I basically sent you to the freaking wolves.
God, you feel it so deep. Yeah.
That was the first time I felt it, because I saw buyers are buyers. They're going to go and invest. They want the thing. You've said it multiple times. Like, you just need to package it in a way that they already know what they want. You just need to package it in an irresistible offer that they it's right in front of you. I pushed this lady to somebody else, and now she's in a 3-4 year lawsuit. And I didn't realize how big of a service our sales is.
Wild. So
It's
wild. Yeah,
wild.
that's wild. That's wild sauce.
And
right
there
there.
are bad actors out there. And so what's challenging is you have to be better at sales. And in a weird way, it is a ministry of itself.
You're right. 100%.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's funny. I used to give altar calls where people would like receive Jesus, and I was like so concerned. I'd be like before thousands of people like offering this invitation, and now I have the same sensation when I'm making an offer. It's like I don't want you to leave the room. Like every head bowed. Like I see that hand. Like I'm like I don't want you to leave without getting this offer because I feel like your life may be in danger. That's how it's like.
It seems overzealous for you to say it that
it
way,
it
but
totally does.
I'm
It's
in
might
the
not even-
business.
Yeah.
I legit feel the exact same way you just said.
Well, think about the hundreds of like thousands of families that you've affected through your content, through your upcoming tour that you're going to affect. Like it really matters. And for every person listening to this, like you have an offer and it really matters that you package it and sell it to people because it could save their life.
Okay, so I have 1,000 questions. I'm basically here. We should write her a check. Andy, make sure I write her a check at the end. So I'm going to get so much value from you today. So I wish somebody told me earlier on. I didn't really know what I was doing. It's very similar to you. I just saw other people doing something and creating things, and I never went to create an offer. Here's what I did. I started hosting free meetups in my local area.
Oh, cool.
Somebody screwed me on a real estate deal. His name was Steve. F you, Steve.
Yes, Steve.
So he screws me on a real estate deal. And I was so frustrated about it. And I said, look, I can either complain about this or I can do something about it. And I said, I can complain that the industry is very backstabby, snaky, or I can go and create a space where people don't backstab. And we can filter those people out. So what I started doing, literally just right down the road, this is 2014, 15, 16.
Wow.
I would hold meetups in a Circle K parking lot on Saturday morning, 6 a.m. And I go, who wants to go in my car? We're going to go into appointments. I'm going to show you how to buy houses with no money out of your pocket. So the first people I took, Scott Garcia, Debbie Liu, and Travis Ellsworth, all three of them are now worth $10 million plus.
Amazing.
Okay, but I didn't know that was going to be the domino effect in their life when I took them on their first appointment, right? I didn't know.
Right.
I just was kind of doing it out of spite, going, I want to help these people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. I start doing these free meetups. It goes on for probably 6 months. It gets so big that one day people are starting to ask to take pictures with me. I'm like, what the? Why do you want to take a picture with me? I'm a real estate guy just helping you guys out.
That's awesome.
Because F Steve. I want to show the world that not everybody has to be like Steve, right? And so this guy's kind of waiting through the picture line. He says, I just landed. So excited to see him. I'm like, cool, where are you visiting from? He's like, he goes, Portugal. I go, cool, you were on vacation? You're just getting back? He goes, no, I flew from Portugal to meet you today. I'm like, how in the F?
Wow.
And he goes, word about what you're doing is getting out. I'm like, wow, okay. So I realized I needed a Facebook group to answer questions for people that were outside of state. And this grew and blossomed. And then to the point where people are like, why do you not have a coaching thing? I want to pay you. That's how bad it got for me. And so we launched my community and I go, 20 people will probably join this thing. 700 people joined on the first day.
My gosh.
So we had a $7 million launch from a free Facebook group because I had this massive pent-up demand. And at the beginning, I felt, what the heck? Okay, well then here's what ends up happening. People meet in the community. They make millions of dollars together. We now have 30,000 people in the community, which is insane. We have 200 people have gotten married that they've met in the community. 75 babies have been made.
Did you say 200?
200 families have been created from being married. They met in the community. One's doing real estate deals. The other one's lending to them. They become friends. They start dating. They then go off and make a baby. So we have 75 SubTo babies in our community. And I'm sitting here going, I thought I was just teaching real estate. People are out here making babies. And I could talk about this for hours, and so could you, about this massive domino effect that your offer will create.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I think most people that should be and are listening to you probably have no idea what their offer should be.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for those people?
Yes, I do. And I love that story so much. Wow. Yeah. Okay. It's a great hook into the offer. It's just like, do you want to meet your perfect person subscribe now, get this offer. Yeah. My contribution here is if you have no idea what to package up, is to marinate. I call it start to marinate in your magnificence. So there is something that you just may not be aware of it. So often we think like we have a superpower, but we don't think it's that super.
Yeah.
And it's not until other people, like till you had people coming around you and flying from Portugal and being like, let me give you money, like that sometimes you recognize, okay, this is actually like a superpower. So in order to marinate in your magnificence, there's a couple quick questions you can ask. What is it that people like are coming to me toward me for? What do they keep asking me for? And then think about how much time have I spent studying in this area, going to conferences, like just think of it almost like clock the hours in your mind. Like how many videos have I watched? Courses have I gone through? Seminars have I sat through? And books have I read on this topic? Okay. So you're starting to like rack it up, right, in your mind. And then how much money have I spent learning all that stuff? Many times people invest significantly in their education. And then once you're starting to numerically start to analyze and think back on some of those numbers, sometimes people are like, okay, I've spent 200 hours here, and some people I've spent $200,000 here investing in this knowledge. Then all you have to do is ask one final question and go, now let me think about all the people who have been unwilling to invest and spend the time doing this, but I have.
And you're essentially creating something to give them a shortcut versus what you had to go through.
How many people would be willing to pay you for the shortcut so they don't have to spend all that money, time, and effort?
Really big. I remember, and this is for anybody that's watching right now, is that real estate's challenging for an offer. And I think it's because you can't just learn about real estate and then sell a course about it. You need to actually do it.
Clock it. Yeah.
Right. Clock it, right? Type of thing. Okay. Well, I'm 4th of July. I'm up a canyon. We're side of the river. Lady I don't know is in a group of friends of like 20 married couples. And I ask her, like, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm only a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's my mom had 12 kids. There ain't nothing about her that's only a stay-at-home mom, right? My mom was such a gangster and a saint. And I was like, okay, well, why don't you create a course?
Mm-hmm.
Like do something, $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000. Why don't you create? Oh, she goes, I don't know anything.
Oh my gosh, isn't that wild?
I'm like, okay, well, what about the process of being a stay-at-home mom are you exceptional at?
Ooh, great question.
And she had 25 answers. I'm obsessed with this, then this, and this, and da, 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 da. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I was a stay-at-home mom. I wish I could pay you $5,000 right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow. So the point is anybody can create an offer. And I think the best advice you had was, what are people texting you about, calling you about, coming to you frequently about regarding advice? Like, hey, I know you did this thing. I have some advice about that. That probably is the pathway to your offer.
You want to know? Yeah, 100%. Like that's it right there. And my first offer at $297 pace was just me life coaching people. When I did the marinate in my magnificence, what came back for me was people just come to me because they want to be encouraged. So that was my offer. I was like, do you want me?
That's dope.
To encourage you. And so I know this sounds wild, but you know how many people will pay just to get like encouraged, exhorted, like just to get affirmed? That was my offer up to $6,000 was encouraging people.
I see how valuable that is now. But 15 years ago, before I understood offers and all of that kind of stuff, and also before I understood how big the pool of buyers is for that thing, that's an endless, the cool thing is that you have a worldwide offer, which is really cool there. Like every human being needs that.
Right.
Not every human being needs what I have, right? Like I have a very small niche. That offer is global, but I didn't know how powerful that is. I mean, men get married to be affirmed. Men get married to have somebody championing them and being the foundation of their home so they can go out and do wild things because they know they'll come home with somebody going, great job today, little boy.
Great. There was a friend of mine has a $3 million life coaching business to men. And his job is to just encourage them once a month. Isn't that awesome? And they have like meetups and whitewater rafting.
Well, think about like what people are doing. They're going home. They're at their 9 to 5 job where people are not normally happy and pumped up and
Yes.
excited about life. They go to their job or they go home from their job. They hang out with their friends and family that are watching football. Nothing against football, but if that's like your only pastime, you're gonna have a problem. They're watching politics. Like everything around them is holding them down and like putting chains and shackles on them. You have somebody else over here that's opening up a door and saying, "Hey, see this light pouring in from this door? This is like the real you."
Yeah.
And let me guide you through this. Oh my gosh, I would have paid for that.
Yeah.
And I did. My first offer I paid for, this is my stupid mindset. My first offer I paid for, it was forced on me.
Forced on you.
I went to become a loan officer in my 20s. And this loan officer that I worked underneath, you have to hang your license underneath somebody that's like more experienced, right?
Okay.
So this guy named Steve Mikesta, he goes, "You can't be on my team unless you have a personal one-on-one coach every single month."
Oh, like a prereq. Okay.
I'm a blue collar guy. So I'm like, nobody's going to tell me how to live my life. Like if it's going to be done, it's going to be done by me, you know? And so he forces me to hire this guy named John Boehm. John Boehm, head mindset coach now of the Arizona Cardinals. Like that's how good this guy was. He just was working solo before he made it big. And Steve goes, he's $500 an hour. $500 an hour? Okay, I guess if I have to. And I said it with a smile. And then I get the address to his office and I'm texting back and forth with him directly. There's no secretary and nothing like that. And he gives me the address. I put it in the car, drive over there, and I pull up to a Starbucks building. I'm like, this has to be the wrong address. Hey, John, I think I'm at the appointment, but maybe wrong address. He goes, no, come on in. I'm sitting at the table in the back. This dude's charging me $500 to meet him at a Starbucks? Wow. F you. Most important hour of my life.
Wow.
This man changed my life in 13 freaking minutes.
That's awesome.
He saw me for who I was. He had a third party, like disinterested outcome. He's like, I'm not married to your outcome, but I'm going to tell you this, and this. You're making money. You're playing small. Here's what you're doing. You justify your, oh my gosh, this guy read me like a book.
Wow.
And he was so good. $500 an hour. I would have paid $50,000 for that 1 hour of my life.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
It's what's challenging though. Like here's what's challenging. And I think that this is what you've become exceptional at is I had to be forced to pay that $500.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You help people sell and uncover the value of their products so that people want to and run to the back of the room to buy that thing. Any advice you have for those people? Is it building a personal brand? Is it so much testimonials? What is it that you would tell those people?
Yeah. So once you have your offer and you package it, or you have an idea for an offer, what I love to do is I host a free masterclass. So it's kind of similar to your meetups in the Circle K. So it's just like getting a bunch of people together, right?
Is this primarily on YouTube, on Zoom? Is it like I got to register?
It's normally like in a Facebook group is kind of how we'll do it.
Okay.
We'll make a Facebook group, but usually we'll do the class just on Zoom. So kind of picture like a normal everyday interfacing on Zoom.
Okay, cool.
You show up as the contributor, right? And we make this masterclass last long enough. I'll talk about how long it is at the sweet spot where the immersion causes the conversion. So we're telling a bunch of strategic stories that are designed ahead of time. And when we tell these stories, it starts to elicit desire in the audience, very hot desire. Like it's the exact opposite. If everyone listening can think back to like, do you remember your boring high school teacher? But then in contrast, do you remember the really cool one, like the fun one?
Yeah, I had a crush on her, Mrs. Ellsworth and Mrs. Rose.
It's the recall of the names for me, Pace, that you're so good at.
I am so good at I'm so good at remembering every little detail.
Good. Yeah, so the great teacher, you remember them, you probably increased in learning. So boring, many master classes, webinars, events, virtual challenges, summits, we can go on, are typically over teaching, which is is the killer of sales. They'll also be quite boring, which will be like a fruit of them over teaching. So the key is to not over teach, but to tell strategic emotional stories in the masterclass. When you do that, you start to elicit the parts of the brain that are in the sales side of the brain, the emotional, the limbic center of the brain. The sales side of the brain starts to go crazy. There was some study that the Journal of Nature Neuroscience did, where every time somebody hovered over a buy now button, they were inside the limbic center of the brain. So it's always in this side. Logic side of the brain will start to light up when people start to overteach or start to get into the analyst frame of the brain. So too many facts, figures, we're doing too much math. There's too many points and no stories. So if you do that, that's what kills sales. Kills them, like dead in the water. Might as well go home if we're doing that. But if you can start to figure out, I have a framework for this. I'm happy to share it. Like emotional storytelling, the desire, just like if you can imagine yourself listening to a great speech, a great talk, or like somebody that spoke and you just like all you did is like want to be near them, to buy their thing, to learn more about them, this intrigue or curiosity frame. This is something everyone can learn and start to unleash something we call like buyer's momentum. So now they're coming toward you, right? This is how you get the table rush at the back.
Mhm.
So this is like the ideas that will literally it can 10x your conversions if you just start doing that.
Number one question I get every day is, how do I get everything done? I have 9 companies, 600 employees. We have customers all over the globe. We're doing fix and flips. We're doing buy and holds, apartments, RV parks, all of those things. Everybody wonders, how did I scale? How did I get to a higher level? And the answer is that, go high level. I use a CRM that allows all of my customers to come into one database. And instead of me hiring more employees to go and do all the follow-up, Go High Level has systems and automations that does all of that for me. So not only can I have my employees focus on higher end tasks, money-making tasks, Go High Level avoids all of the extra payroll. When you're brand new, having Go High Level is like having 5 different employees doing all the work for you just for a monthly fee. Go to gohighlevel.com/pace to learn how I'm using it, not only in my lending business, but my wholesale business, my fix and flip business. Literally, Go High Level controls the entire back end of all 9 of my companies. Go to gohighlevel.com/pace to learn more.
There's so many times I've done this wrong.
Really?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Case, how have you done any of this wrong?
I do something wrong in every webinar.
Do you know? Are you
I'm aware
aware
of
what it? What
I'm
it
aware
is?
of it after the fact. And then when you're articulating this right now, all I'm thinking about is my webinar I did yesterday and all the 7 things I did wrong.
No way.
Maybe 11 things I did wrong. Yeah.
What can you click? Was it over? Is it? Oh, did you sense when I was talking?
Yeah,
about
because
overteaching?
I'm such a practitioner of my business. I love being in
Oh,
being in the
yes.
business. I'm not
Get
a
it.
numbers guy, but I'm a great negotiator with sellers.
Love that.
But I'm also a good storyteller. So I have this weird balance of like, I'm excited about the thing. I'm not a numbers geek where I'll just pull out my spreadsheet and go, this is why this deal works. What I'm really good at is calling a seller, getting them emotional to tell me what's really going on.
Got it.
I then show my audience my solution to that seller's problem, and then I identify how to make money with them.
Love it.
What I probably should be doing is I stop right there and then I go into another story, rather than what I do sometimes. I'll go 45 minutes on like why this is a good deal.
I understand.
And then I'll basically get all this excitement and people are pumped up. In fact, like the fun
That's
thing.
so good. Great awareness right there. To
Well,
cut it
you
right,
just taught me
cut
this.
it right there and go to the next story.
I'm
100%.
like seriously getting a masterclass from you, thinking, you know, that is what I did wrong yesterday. I did also the best kind of webinar or masterclass goes on for a couple of days, right? There's immersion. There's a couple of days where they get to know you and they understand and trust you.
Yeah.
I have 2 types of webinars I do every month.
Okay.
One is a 1 shot, 3 hours. Cold audience comes into me. I have 3 hours to convert.
Love it.
And it does well. It's probably done 30 million over the last couple of years. Incredible. And we do it twice a month now. And then I have another one that I do once a month, but it's 4 days. So 3 days of just storytelling, me doing the business, bringing in students to tell their emotional stories about how they overcame and made hundreds of thousands of dollars and all that kind of stuff. And then day 4 is when I convert. And it does well. In fact, this whole room of people out here was from one webinar.
Fire.
Yeah, 250 people converted in one day on that one webinar. Okay, so we understand the 4-day webinar really well. Where I will mess up is that I truly love the business so much and I give too much detail. 1, because I'm like, I love the details to a certain degree, but 2, I'm like, let me give you the value that you need to make sure you truly understand this.
Right.
What ends up happening, sadly, is that I prohibit them from actually taking action and doing anything with it. So what they do is they get so much information. They go, okay, cool. I got enough to go off of.
Yep.
And they go back to my YouTube and they do nothing with their life.
Right.
It's the biggest disservice I'm committing to my audience. Like, it's weird to think if I give you too much detail, you'll do nothing.
You'll do nothing. You're absolutely, yes, the neuroscience of this is very fascinating
It's
to me.
bonkers.
Yes, that it starts to shift the mind into the logical centers of the brain. And so they feel satiated rather than staying in the curiosity. So they feel full.
They're satiated rather than motivated. Like motivated would be like, let me do something about this and move in the right direction.
Yeah, 100.
Instead of like, man, I'm full. I don't need anything else. I'm going to go back. And in fact, you overwhelm them.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm watching. I have a 3-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old daughter. I have 4 kids,
I
but
love those ages.
they're the best. And my wife buys this app. It's like a $500 reading app. And it walks my daughters through the same exact speed. So I've got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. And as they're going through this app, you can see my 7-year-old is having so much fun because she's already 7. And like this reading app, she's cruising through. She already knows most of the knowledge. There's nothing overwhelming about it.
Right.
So she's pumped up and excited. She's getting these emotional dopamine hits. It's keeping her emotionally, satisfied and pumped up. Monday, my other daughter, who's 3, hits like the 4th module and immediately quits the app, goes over to kids' YouTube.
I'm out.
She had too much information overload.
Yeah.
So what happened was I had to go into the app and slow down the educational part and amplify the motivational part.
Wow.
More stars, more stickers, more sounds, whatever else. And the app will actually adjust to whatever age the kid is. And now I'm realizing what you said 7 minutes ago compared to what I just experienced is that when I over-educate my 3-year-old or I over-educate my audience, I'm actually convincing them. They get over, I'm learning 7 words I've never heard before. This is overwhelming. Yes. And they shut off.
That's right. You're nailing it right there.
Man, I suck.
No, you do not suck. You've crushed it and are coming to an increasingly important awareness that it prohibits the mind. If the person, just keeping them over on the dopamine centers of the mind, like that emotional center is an art and a science, and we all are getting better at it every day.
Well, what's interesting is I think somebody could argue like that sounds like you're manipulating the human mind.
Yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it? And almost yes. I mean, I almost want to agree and then add to that statement in the service in the greatest and highest service of that individual.
Correct. Because if you have a quality offer, the domino effect that offer will create in that human's world. Your fulfillment is a 10 out of 10.
Yep.
And you have real substantial things on the back end. You are doing them a disservice if you are not utilizing their human brain.
Yes.
As the pathway to get into that thing.
100.
You're actually failing them.
100. Yeah, absolutely. And also I think we forget that buying is actually like going on a roller coaster for people. It's actually giving them, oh my gosh, I read this study where they put all these different wines in front of people and they told the people, hey, here's some expensive wine and here's some cheap wine, but it was actually the same wine. And so they gave them the cheap wine, but it actually was the expensive wine. No dopamine goes off because they're drinking this cheap wine, okay? But once they pick up the expensive wine, dopamine centers go through the chart. They say, which one do you love? I love this one. Of course, it gave me so much pleasure. So price actually releases pleasure. People really want to be sold. It's almost entertainment for them. They really want it. So it's depriving people of joy.
It's also what's interesting. When you hang out with a human, like you're married and you have a happy marriage.
Yes.
And when you hang out with each other, there's dopamine that goes off and there's all of those endorphins that happen, right? So those endorphins allow you and your husband to be more and more attached.
Yes.
So what I've learned is that as I buy and pay for something, those endorphins and that dopamine help me attach myself to this product.
Yes.
Which then attaches me to my activity that I have to take.
Very good.
And if I'm just If I'm not excited about the thing, one, I won't have that emotional charge as a human being that glues me or adheres me to that thing, which actually gets me to take action. Somebody told me a long time ago, people pay attention to what they pay for.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, guess what? Those people that I would do these meetups for, and I would just do everything for free. It was like 95% of people never took any action. Well, because there's like, you're just giving me all this information, right? Rather than when I started charging and I created a product, our success rate is nearly 100%. Like all those 225 people out there in that room will do a real estate deal with me this week.
I literally love this.
Insane. So that's insane. So I look at the difference between the outcome of charging and the outcome of just giving things away for free. Right. Are you friends with Grant Cardone?
No, I know of him.
Okay. Grant said something so interesting to me. He says, have you done the data on your YouTube channel? Have you figured out what % of your YouTube audience is actually doing deals? I'm a real estate guy, so obviously deals is our thing.
Yeah.
And I go, no, it's probably, I don't know, 20, 30%. He goes, try less than 1%. Less than 1. He says, if you are not converting them off of YouTube, you are doing them a disservice at the highest possible degree. And so he's selling all the time, and people criticize Grant all the time. Like, oh, you're just trying to sell. He's like, no, I'm trying to serve. Trying to get you out of no man's land that nobody's doing anything. So if if you're doing a webinar, right? So for people that are just starting out, I don't have a brand. Is the only way I can get people to show up to a webinar, like paying for cold traffic? Like, how do I do this?
I love this. Yeah. This is the coolest thing that nobody thinks about, but if real estate people will love what I'm about to share. Okay. So again, everything I learned was like by a mistake. My first masterclass, I said, hey, Holly, do you want to do this masterclass with me? Because Holly had like more friends than I did on Facebook.
Oh, sick.
So I
love this idea.
It was like when I was on social media pace in 2018, it was like me and my 5 friends and my mom. Like, I mean, it was like I had that kind of Facebook profile, like just no one, right?
I'm texting my team right now. You just gave me $100,000 idea.
Okay, so while you're texting your team, so I'm like, yo, Holly, we should do this masterclass. She's like, what's a masterclass? I was like, well, we're just going to get a bunch of people like in a room and I'm going to talk for a little bit and then I'm going to make them this invitation to an offer.
Yeah.
She's like, are you going to pitch? I'm like, no, it's going to be a light invite to the next party we're going to host. She's like, okay, that sounds super cool. She's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, I would like you to speak at my masterclass. Will you be my keynote speaker? She's like, instant status upgrade. She's like, of course, I would love to be your keynote speaker. I'm like, sweet. And then she's like, what else do you want me to do? I was like, well, let's go live on your Facebook page. And let's talk about the masterclass and just invite people. She's like, that sounds amazing. I'm like, let's go. So we go live on, and she just has like more, again, just more Facebook friends than I do, right? Like, I don't even remember. She had like 3,000 Facebook friends, something like that. So we're live on Holly's Facebook. And I'm like, I'm like so nervous because I'm like, I've never, like spoken now in front of 3,000 people.
And dang, you're using her audience on top of all that.
Yeah, I'm like so excited. And it made me feel a lot better at pace because I was so like, I was nervous. I didn't really know what I was doing. So just doing it with somebody gave me that like, I don't know, like at least we'll fail together.
Like a safety blanket.
Yeah. So me and Holly were just jamming. We're like having fun. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like if you want to learn more about this, about basically like, how to improve your life. It actually was how to discover your purpose. Cause that's what I was selling, encouraging people. So I was like, if you want to learn about how to discover your purpose, go ahead and join us at this masterclass. So we put a Facebook, join the free Facebook group down below the video. So there was no funnel. There was no like selling tickets. It was just like, join this Facebook group, right? So people started joining the Facebook group. Now we're in the Facebook group. We do the masterclass on Zoom with that crew. And with 12 people in the room, we did $108,000. Isn't that wild? My husband was he was Uber driving to support our family right then. Like, so up until like 5 years ago, my husband was still Uber driving to support our family.
What?
So like he would drive
the
all night.
heck?
So once we do this masterclass and my brain starts putting it together that Holly filled this room, my brain starts going, oh my gosh, for the rest of my life, I can just fill masterclass after masterclass after masterclass just using other people's.
Okay, so you want to hear the idea?
Yeah.
That you just gave me?
Yeah, hit me.
I'm not joking you. Like I'm telling you guys, I was so looking forward to this. This is like, will make my company millions of dollars. And this is how I make money. Okay. People think, oh, well, Pace makes money on coaching. Do you know I don't really make money on coaching? Where I make all my money, I created my community in a way that our fulfillment is so high. Like you see how big my office is, the amount of people I have, our fulfillment is crazy high.
Yeah.
So we really don't make a lot of money on the coaching side. I'm lucky I'm in real estate. So what happens is if I teach these people to go out and find deals for me, I get two things from these people. One, they bring deals to me that I want to buy based on the way that I strategize and I look at deals. I'm training mini me's to go find RV parks, mobile home parks, apartment buildings, all that.
So good.
Gangster. Then the second way I make money is some of the people that are like, I don't really want to go do that, but can I throw money in the deal and be a partner with it? I then raise money from the people that are in the rest of the group. So everybody's participating in these deals. So for me, I'm like, okay, well, I could just keep tapping into my free Facebook group, which we have like 170,000 people in. And every single month I get about 8,000 people registered for my free webinar that I do for 4 days. Or I could literally just go to my affiliate manager and go, Brandon, go to every free Facebook group in the world and reach out to them and say, Pace Morby wants to host a 4-day challenge in your Facebook group, and then go tap into them and then pay them a slice of the coaching income that comes in on the front end. Dude, you literally just made me like millions, made tens of millions. When I buy a car wash, an RV park or a mobile home park, I'm going to text you and go, hey, this, we're going to name this.
That's such a good idea, Pace, because it's almost just like taking the show on the road, but it's like virtual. Like you're just like, it's almost like the Creative is it Creative Nation?
Yeah, Creative
Tour?
Nation Tour. Yeah.
So it's almost like that, but virtual.
Yeah. And what's cool about it is like, I can then go and collaborate with other people in my industry that already have influence, which, you know, that's always a smart thing to do.
Yes.
Is be friends with everybody.
Yes.
Because what happens, and maybe women don't see it. Me, I don't know. You tell me if this happens a lot with men. If this guy that teaches RV parks over here finds out I'm teaching RV parks, he then tells his audience, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. There's territory, right? Yeah. But if I'm friends with him, he then says, you know what? The other guy I really like that teaches RV parks is this Pace guy.
Right.
But I might do mine this way. So it's still a little bit of a criticism, but it's a polite criticism.
Yeah.
And so it's always smart to be friends with these people.
Right.
What is even better is if I go into their free Facebook groups or their audiences, and I'm not going to my audience whatsoever, and I go to them and I go, I can convert better than you. I have a better offer. I have way more fulfillment. I actually make money on the back end with them buying deals. I will give you two things. One, I'll give you a slice of the front end income.
Yes.
And if I buy deals with these people, I'll cut you in on those deals. I'm not joking. This lady just made me $10 million. Adler, we going to go on a road show and do this, dude? What's up? Wow. Yeah, you just gave me that idea. You imagine if I had you in my pocket all day long, like all the money I'd be able to make.
That's fire.
Yeah, you like think
you
about
have the offer, you have the asset that everybody needs.
I have a 50-person sales team. I've got everything you could even imagine.
So you just need to do a masterclass or whatever the form is or a multi-day event.
What's even better?
Love it.
I'm going to add one more thing. Sorry, I'm just verbal processing how good this is. By the way, how can people hire you?
Oh, yeah. You can find me.
Like what's the offer somebody like me would go to you for?
I have a VIP day. So VIP days are the best option. Yes.
Do I have to go to Houston?
No.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yes, I
would gain 10 pounds. You have the best Indian food,
tacos.
The best New York deli I've ever been to before is in Houston.
You guys New York deli. Okay.
Oh my gosh. You know that what's the really fancy shopping area? The Gallery?
Yeah, Galleria.
The Galleria. That spot right downtown has 5 of the world's best restaurants, literally. You have a restaurant in Houston that has 15,000 5-star reviews. It's in Sugarland. It's called Aga's. You got to go. It's phenomenal.
Like you have a photographic mind.
I do, yeah.
You do. Okay.
So you have VIP day.
Yeah, 100%. So I'll go to the person or we'll do them on Zoom with the whole team and we just choreograph events, increase conversion.
I need that. Okay, so where do I go to sign up? If I'm not Pace, because I'll just sign up with you, but like if I'm not Pace, I'm somebody in the audience, how do I sign up with you?
You can just talk to me on right now or on Instagram at Eileen Wild. We often get DMs from people all the time who have 3 20 $100 million companies that want a VIP day, so they just go right over to me.
Will you come and spend the day at my office? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I would
saying?
love
Oh
to.
my gosh, are you kidding me? That's
Yeah,
an offer you
love
currently
to.
have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so fun.
I thought today as we were going to do the podcast, I thought I should just bring in 7 of my team members and just listen to this conversation and let them pepper you
Oh,
with questions.
yeah, that would be so
My
cool.
media buying team is all
Yeah,
in-house.
we often do it with the whole
Oh my gosh.
crew.
Everybody is in-house with us.
Oh,
Like I don't
fun.
outsource anything. Everything is in-house.
That's
So,
the best,
oh
actually.
my gosh, if I had a VIP day with you, holy moly. Is that your $250,000 offer?
Yeah, sometimes we do it for 100,000 and then take a small percent on the back.
Smart.
So,
I love that.
yeah.
Do you know who Barry Baumgartner is?
I do. I love Barry.
Barry is one of my favorite people to give money to.
Oh yeah, all I want to do is give money to Barry.
Me too. Barry, we love you. She's one of my favorite people. So she runs our yearly event, our big Squat Up Summit. And she
beautiful.
helps with the run of show, the guests, what we should talk about. She helps out with all of that.
Yes.
But she's not on the offer side.
Offer side.
And
Yeah,
so I would love to utilize you as on all of those things, which would be really, really cool. Okay, cool.
fun.
So
Okay.
what are your thoughts on low ticket stuff, like $27,
Yes,
$97?
beautiful. I love
Do you
low ticket
like
stuff.
those things, or do you think it's a deterrent from jumping into the appropriate thing for people?
What I love is I love low ticket things. For me, it's about sequence. So I'm going to start, if you picture 3 stair steps in your mind, I'm going to start at the top step with a high ticket offer, because you need to build the high ticket offer system first so that you get cash infusions to build
Okay.
the business down. Then I skip the second step, which a lot of people go to
Okay.
like a $1,000 offer or $2,000 offer. I go right down to low ticket, anything from $7 to $27, and I call them automated ticket sales machines. So I build these little ATMs for these low ticket products, and
You're sending people to those from people that don't take action on the high ticket.
No, it's not a downsell from the high ticket. These ATMs that we build are to go out into cold traffic.
Okay,
so
cool.
we build the ATM to go out into cold traffic, and their sole purpose is to get them to buy the ATM to give them tickets to the masterclass.
Okay, cool.
So the ATMs serve as ways to fill our big events,
Interesting. Okay.
but with buyers.
Love it.
And we're getting paid to acquire those customers on
Okay.
the low ticket items. So, yeah.
So what's a $7 offer for
Mhm.
somebody like you in your world?
Great. So for instance, I have a $7 script that closes people on the phone. So it's a kind of swipe and deploy. So great low ticket products are just like done. They're done for you, perceived.
Yeah.
So and it is done for you. So just take the script. You'll close people 70% or higher. That's my script. So that's a
Okay.
$7. I have a book called Financially Free, and that's another $7 book, free plus shipping offer, and those are all low tickets. So low tickets very, very powerful to go out and get new
So you're
audiences.
basically building your database. You're then emailing those people to
Yes.
show up to the masterclass, or are you giving
Yes.
them a free ticket on top of their $7 order?
We have done both and continue to do both. So yes, and that's we'll grant multiple tickets to a low ticket, because now we know they're a buyer,
Right.
or we'll sell them a ticket to the class, but the cost per acquisition is way less this way.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah,
Okay, cool. And then you go to $1,000 or $2,000 like mid ticket.
actually, this is my favorite part.
Okay. Take notes, people.
We go
You too, Andy.
to a 5-day virtual challenge.
Is it
2 hours.
is it like live or is it live?
It is facilitated live, so it's evergreen. I am not there. My team is there.
Okay.
But it feels very live, and the energy feels very live. It's awesome. 5 days, couple hours a day. So it's you can do it 1 hour a day, or you can purchase the VIP ticket.
Can
where you
they
get
show
an
up
extra
any
hour.
time throughout the month, or is it during a specific part of the month?
Specific part
Okay.
of the month. So say it's like we run a challenge once a month. We're filling it with the ATMs, and the tickets we're granting or selling from the small ATMs. And then we're selling a 25K package off that 5-day challenge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they can ascend from there to the other.
Okay, so
other
you're
levels.
you're $7 to $27 to $25K. Okay, love it. And you don't have anything that's 1,000. I don't either. I don't have any
do.
mid ticket. Oh, you do.
I do.
Are you downselling people that don't go to the 25K to the 1,000 or 2,000? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, we do. We have a 2006K. We have a 2 and a 6.
Okay, so you're primarily getting people in the door. You're giving them the offer that has the highest fulfillment.
Correct.
Right? The granddaddy.
Granddaddy.
And then if they say, I can't make that happen, you then go, well,
Yeah.
we do have these other things.
That's right.
Okay, cool. That's what I just started this. And for the longest time, I've had 0 low ticket.
0.
0.
Okay.
Zero.
You're just solid in at the 10. You're like, it's 10 or nothing. Yeah.
Well, we do. What's interesting about us is like, I really have 3 high ticket offers that are all 3 different parts of my community.
Mm-hmm.
So real estate is an interesting kind of trifecta. You need people that are finding deals, you need people that are funding deals, and you need people that are running the transactions administratively, right? Operators. So I teach all 3 of those things in separate parts of the campus.
Love that.
So we call it a creative campus. So depending on your personality type, you should be in one of these or maybe 2 at the most. Cool. So then yearly we have a big family reunion. It's like 4,000 people in person. And then there I have a really high ticket offer. It's like 35 our first year and 45 last year. And we convert 20% of the people in person, but they've already been in our world. They've already paid a 10K maybe 2 years ago, and they've been in the world. Yeah, they're great buyers. And more importantly, they've been doing deals for 2 or 3 years. And now they're like, I want to go to the next step and maybe own things with you and become a partner with you, right? So we call it Owners Club. They own things with me.
Love that.
So I've never had a low ticket one time. We just started creating them the last couple of months.
That's awesome. That's going to be giant.
Well, yeah, but I need your help to talk to my team.
Oh yeah, I would love to. Yeah, those are so exciting because it's like the key to scale then at where you are is just more front ends.
Yeah.
That's like, we were just at Agora in Baltimore, which is like this fancy
we
company.
we know Agora. They're big.
Okay.
They're like the massive email marketers.
Yeah.
Agora is a real estate, mostly people, I think.
Yeah. Finance, real estate, good. Yeah, they have a huge real estate.
Big.
Yeah. All day long, the only thing they're doing is creating front end products. They're 9 to 5, like what their job is creating, watch this, 90-minute VSLs.
Mm-hmm. That's long.
To sell a $49 product.
Holy moly.
All they're doing is focusing on stories that sell this low ticket thing. And this is how they do $1 billion in sales. That's it. That's their only job, is to sell those low ticket things, because the whole back end.
I guess Agora is interesting because Agora doesn't really have a face or a brand visionary. Like, you are the brand.
Correct.
I am the brand.
Correct. They have what they call gurus. So like, we would be considered the gurus in our brands, but they do have gurus, but they're not very large public facing.
Right. Which allows them to scale, because the biggest problem in your world is your ability to have bandwidth to go create more of these recordings.
Right.
Like, I can't just have you go and create 90 freaking front end products this month. You're like, I have 85 things going on.
Right.
I'm running this. I'm fulfilling. I'm doing VIP days. I'm on podcasts. I'm traveling. I'm writing a new book. I mean, not to like nerd out level 9,000, but that's actually the name of this episode. Nerd out level 9,000.
The low ticket product that they're scaling is it's usually like 1 or 2. So they keep the low ticket product. It's just they're changing the marketing angle on top.
I see. Okay, cool.
So it's, for me, I like building multiple, because I like writing, I like creating, I like producing products. So, and
plus your audience probably needs 20 or 30 lower ticket things.
So fun. But for you, that would be
there's endless for me.
That would be like your billion. That's like $1 billion. That would be your $1 billion play, is the front end, because that's how you hit scale. Like, it's just bringing in more people through a low ticket thing, and now your whole back end's built.
Have you figured out how to self-liquidate your low ticket stuff? Okay, this is why people write checks to you.
SLOs.
Like, I could literally just go to people that are like high ticket offer people and go, would you like to create a self-liquidating front end lead generation system? Write this lady a check. She'll help you out.
Yeah, I mean, it almost brings a tear to my eye how beautiful it is. Like, I can't believe that we get to be like alive right now experiencing things.
It's so crazy. Like, okay, I'm a real estate guy, right? And I buy businesses and I do whatever. And I'm obsessed with building community. But I the other day, somebody says, like, are you afraid of like the whole real estate market crashing and you losing everything? I go, bro, I got Instagram, bro. I'll never lose everything. I have Instagram. I have a brand that's been around for a long enough period of time that I have brand equity and social equity that people know. Yes. I always do things the right way. I always take care of people. I could lose everything, and tomorrow I'm making money.
You're right. That's absolutely
is the greatest time to be alive.
You're right. You're 100% correct. That's beautiful. Your brand is beautiful, and what you've built is
well, the difference is there's people probably out there, like, this is why people should be going to you. There's people out there like, oh, well, how do I tap into that? Okay, well, first, you don't have to have a brand. Your advice on the Facebook group, freaking Holly.
Yeah,
That's her name.
Holly. Yeah.
Shout out Holly,
Shout out
dude.
to Holly.
So do the Holly method, right? Go do the Holly method, but you're afraid of being on camera. Great. You're afraid of being on camera, which only leaves more opportunity for me. I'm sorry, but there is no competition, because when the reality is that nobody is willing to just be on camera, it makes it so there is no competition. In fact, there are so many buyers. You, I, and every other influencer could never capture all the buyers.
I totally agree. I say the same thing in my event. Can't get them all.
In fact, I feel like we're doing a really crappy job. There's people out there that are like, I wish I was unstuck. I wish I was getting motivated. I wish I was this. I wish I was on stage. I wish my husband and I had a better relationship. And us marketers have not done a good enough job.
You're absolutely right.
To get their attention.
100%.
Crazy.
Full ownership. You're right.
You are full on like out here proselyting. You're out here like being a minister still at a very high level.
It's like I'm preaching on the street corner. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
You're absolutely right, though. Like, we really need to all be packaging up our expertise. And if and when we can garner the fortitude, the intestinal fortitude to stop caring what people think about, your calling can bring that cash flow. It really can. So
is your number one avatar that you're going to capture is somebody like me, or somebody that's starting out like me 10 years ago?
Great point.
Or both?
Both. Both. I love people starting out, because 5 years ago we were driving Uber in a 2-bedroom apartment, broke as a joke, ready to choke. I'm homeschooling 3 kids. I don't know anything about the internet. I have 300 Facebook friends, right? So I still have my heart like you did, but then I also love talking to business owners that are crushing it, because I know how to scale them, So it's like, yeah, I love both.
You're like a surgeon. So for me, I'm not you. And here's what I mean by that. You focus so intently on all of these little pieces of the puzzle, while my business is not your business. Your business is this business.
You're right.
My business is real estate, running teams, finding deals, negotiating, renovating, raising rents, tax depreciation, all of those things. So my focus is here.
Right.
I get to go to you and go, hey, I just want to pay a cheat code. Do you have a cheat code fee? Like, can you send me an invoice for the cheat code, please?
Yeah.
Because I can just go to you. You can come into my world and go, based on my 5 years of doing X, Y, and Z and your own mentoring that you've paid for and the consolidation of your information, you could literally take my company and probably add $10 million a year, easy top line. Probably more, probably $20 million.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not charging enough? Like, you need to be charging more money.
You're probably right. That'll be my takeaway from today's episode. Yeah, but it's just so easy. I think that's the thing, is like that it's just a few tweaks to giant peaks right there. You know what I mean? Like and probably more. Like, I mean, you really could do $1 billion in sales with where you're at with the front ends. Because if the front ends are self-liquidating, you're earning cash to acquire those customers.
Yeah.
The fulfillment systems are already built out. It's just front ends to scale,
What's your future look like? Like, what's the next year look like for you? Are there products you're creating, anything you're doing, events you're doing?
I'm writing. I love writing. I think I'm sort of like romantic about one day like owning a cabin and just writing books. But I've released 2 books already, and I have 2 more coming. And yeah, so I'm really excited about writing more books that would help people with these kind of issues that you were stating, getting unstuck, and just packaging. I feel a huge responsibility to package up things that I've learned, because I have a way of teaching it that an everyday person can get it and do it. And that is a responsibility I just need to execute.
I agree with this. I think that the advantage that you have is you are so closely connected to your beginning. Like, it's only been 5 years.
Right.
Like, the people that want their next 5 years to get a shortcut of 6 months or a year, they need you. There's people I know that have been in the business for 30 years that are prolific people, but they've almost forgotten what it feels like to be in that first 5-year stint.
Yeah,
like,
great point,
you fit here so well for so many people, and you can communicate it at such a level that it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Why am I not doing this?
Right.
And I would also argue that the vast majority of coaches I see are also men. And we need a lot more women in this space. My community is 51% female. I grew up in a house of 8 women, 4 boys. I love championing women, but I think the challenge is I could never convince a woman to be a coach. they're like, you don't speak my language. I don't resonate with you. They might not be thinking about it consciously, but subconsciously they're like, okay, yeah, cool. I get it. But
Right.
coming from you, they will, oh my gosh, you are like set to change the world.
Oh, thanks, Pace. I received that.
This
I
is
do.
freaking
That's
cool.
very meaningful coming from you.
Really freaking cool. So what's the best place for people to reach out to you?
Yeah. Well, you can always hit me up on Instagram. So it's at Eileen Wild. And I also, everything I talked about today is inside my new book, Financially Free, which is financiallyfreebook.com. So it's 3 words.
How the heck did you freaking get that domain?
.com. So excited about it. Yeah, I know.
Financiallyfreebook.com.
Yeah, because it's just the story of me, going from Uber driving to, we've had multiple $1 million days. They're like, it's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal what we live in today. And I just want to tell everybody about it. Like, get it.
You're freaking awesome.
You too, Pace. You too.
Thanks for coming on the show. Guys, I'm going to hire her. We're going to come back for an episode next year after I work and do like the stuff that she teaches for a year. And I'll tell you guys how much more money this lady made me. She is incredible. Go follow her. All of her links will be down in the description. We'll see you guys in another episode.
One of the most common questions I get is, what title company do I use? What title company am I using in Arizona, Atlanta, California, Texas, whatever? The answer for many years was a different title company in every state, because not every state handles transactions the same way. Now, the answer is one title company. It's Creative Title and Escrow. Go to getcreativetitle.com/podcast. You can learn how they will do SubTo deals, seller finance deals, cash transactions, gator deals, double close, transactional lending, whatever, even novation agreements. There's really nothing that Creative Title and Escrow can't do. To learn how brand new investors are using Creative Title all the way up to the biggest players in the industry, head over to getcreativetitle.com/podcast.